Welcome back, everyone. I am absolutely pumped you're here for this explainer today, because we are unpacking something, well, something incredibly brief, but honestly, it is a monumental piece of media from Jelly Jam Studio. You know, in an age where we are just constantly bombarded with hours of long-form content, epic, sprawling narratives, and total sensory overload, Jelly Jam Studio has delivered something that completely shatters those expectations. It's a work that demands our attention, not through its length, but through its breathtaking brevity. So let's dive right into this. We're going to meticulously break down the brilliant juxtaposition between what this piece promises and what it actually delivers, using the raw text straight from the source. Prepare yourselves, because this is going to fundamentally change how you view digital storytelling.
So just consider the sheer, undeniable contrast we're dealing with here. Think about the actual exact title of this upload for a second. Orange cat story video, cartoon, AI animation animal, goat. Just let that wash over you. It is a dense, keyword-heavy monolith of a title, right? It paints a picture of this vibrant, technologically advanced, character-rich universe. But then, consider the reality. The entire transcript of the piece is just, hello, bye-bye. That's literally it. You blink and you miss it. It's a two-word reality sitting in stark, almost comedic defiance of that massive title. And honestly, this right here, this massive gap between expectation and reality, is the core irony we are exploring today.
Section 1, the title's big promise, deconstructing the metadata.
Now, these promised elements brilliantly illustrate the sprawling cast and ambitious medium that Jelly Jam Studio is implicitly promising us. I mean, we're told to expect an orange cat. We're told there's a goat. We're explicitly promised a story video and a cartoon. And not just your run-of-the-mill animation, but AI animation. Think about the immense narrative potential packed into just those concepts. An orange cat and a goat traversing this cutting-edge, AI-generated landscape, going on some sort of epic adventure. This metadata is working overtime. It's casting this huge net, trying to capture animal lovers, animation geeks, and tech aficionados all at once. It essentially lays out the blueprint for what should be an incredibly complex, multi-layered piece of art. 10 words. It only took exactly 10 highly specific words to construct that massive illusion. Honestly, these 10 words represent an absolute masterclass in modern search engine optimization. They are completely engineered to trigger algorithms and create this immense audience expectation of both narrative depth and technological spectacle. When you click on a title made up of those 10 words, you are strapping in for a ride. You've basically signed a psychological contract with Jelly Jam Studio, expecting a fulfilling, structured story featuring our promised feline and caprine protagonists. Section 2. The two-word narrative, the ultimate punchline.
And here it is, the complete, unedited, unabridged transcript of the piece. Hello, bye-bye. I just want to leave a brief pause here for a moment so we can truly absorb the dramatic weight of this. That is the absolute entirety of the spoken content. Out of all those sprawling, epic promises made by the title, the AI animation, the orange cat, the goat, the story, this is what we're left with. It is a breathtaking subversion of expectations. You arrived for a story, and instead you were greeted and then immediately dismissed. It's almost startling how direct it is, isn't it? There's no exposition, no rising action, no climax, just a greeting and a totally unceremonious departure.
But let's actually map this out as a timeline, because yes, believe it or not, even a two-word narrative has an arc. We start at point 1 with hello. This is the inception. It establishes contact, it opens the door to the viewer, and it hints at the beginning of that story video we were promised. Then, in the middle, we have this absolutely fascinating empty space. This void is the implied presence of the orange cat and the goat. It is the exact spot where the AI animation was supposed to dazzle us. It's the ghost of the narrative that never actually was. And before we can even process that absence, boom, we are slammed into point 3, bye-bye. The door is slammed shut, the story is over before it even started. It's a hyper-condensed plot charting an immediate arrival, a fleeting, totally implied existence of characters, and their abrupt departure. And when you break down the data, it brilliantly illustrates the structural perfection of what Jelly Jam Studio has pulled off. The script is precisely 50% hello and 50% bye-bye. It's a perfectly balanced word count. It highlights an exact symmetrical equilibrium of arrival and departure. There is literally no wasted breath. It is a flawless closed loop. It's the alpha and the omega of digital communication, represented in perfectly equal measure. One cannot exist without the other, and here, nothing exists between them. It's absolutely captivating when you think about it in those terms.
Section 3, a minimalist masterpiece, why this matters.
So to really understand the weight of this, we have to realize we are witnessing an exercise in extreme digital minimalism. We are talking about the ultimate reduction of a narrative down to its absolute barest bones, greeting and departure. Jelly Jam Studio has created a postmodern masterpiece simply by stripping away everything. They stripped away the orange cat, they stripped away the goat, they completely removed the cartoon, they left us with nothing but the raw framework of an interaction, existence and immediate non-existence. In a digital landscape completely cluttered with noise, this piece demands that we appreciate the absolute minimum required to constitute a piece of media.
Which leads us directly to a core takeaway here, the illusion of the algorithm. Why does any of this matter? Because this piece is acting as a mirror, reflecting our current media ecosystem back at us. Modern platforms demand this incredibly dense, complex packaging, represented by those 10 keywords, just to earn a fraction of a second of human attention. We are constantly promised the world, cats, goats, AI, epic stories, only to be delivered the absolute thinnest sliver of actual interaction. Hello Bye-bye exposes the whole game. It shows us that the packaging has entirely eclipsed the product. The algorithm demands those 10 words, but the creator knows that the actual human interaction taking place, it's going to be as fleeting as 2 words.
So, I want to leave you with this final thought. In an era of endless content, an era where we are just drowning in story videos and animations, is hello, bye-bye all we really need to say? Jelly Gem Studios stripped away the artifice and presented us with the ultimate endpoint of our hyper-consumptive digital diet. They promised us a universe and they gave us a slamming door. It's brilliant, it's honestly hilarious, and it fundamentally challenges why we click in the first place. Think about that the next time you see a 10-word title promising you the world. Thanks so much for joining me to deconstruct this incredibly fascinating source material, and I'll catch you on the next explain.